Hey guys, what's up? In this tutorial we will be creating these tiles slash modules slash widgets. I always wanted to create these vibrant color tiles, and I'm sure you also like them if you see them on Dribble or anywhere else on the web. So let's just get right into this. So we start out by just creating a new artboard. And let's just draw a simple one, and maybe let's just change the size to 2000 by 2000 pixels, like that. And let's name it Beats or Widgets. And we can set a custom background color just like this. Let's go for a light red. And now we are creating some widgets or modules that you can use in your websites or in your apps. So we just hit U to draw a new rectangle with rounded corners. So here we have it. Let's zoom in a bit. And we can of course change the color of it. But before we set the color perfectly, we just go to our folder. And in this folder I have several headphones that we will use in this user interface. So let's just choose a nice one, maybe this purple one right here. And we will place this purple one right in our module or in our widget, like that. We will later place some text and a button or something like that in the right area, but for now we just use this one. And of course we just now set a nice vibrant color for the background. So we could go really vibrant like this, but that looks kind of weird. So just look out for a color that looks great on your, or matching to the color of the photo that you chose. So I will just go for this one because I think it looks quite nice. Maybe let's make the photo somehow bigger, like this. And now we can simply give it a headline. So for example, Beats in ear or something like that. Then we can change the font weight, and of course let's make it bigger again. We can also say it should be ultra light, but I think thin is probably the best choice right here. So we can also choose a nice tool by InVision, which is right here, the Craft Manager. I made a video about Craft and I want to install it. The video to Craft is right in the video description, and just check out the other tutorial about it. So we just call this according to the video name that I will give it later on. So it's now restarting, and now we have this craft bar right here. It's a plugin suite that's amazing because we will need some dummy content. So I would like to get some content which is right here, and we can simply get articles from advertising, and it's replacing the current selected text layer. So just copy this one, draw it below, and let's change the size. So now we can replace it with some article, and it's just some dummy content, so just choose whatever you want to, just use whatever you want to go with. We can now set the width and the height to a certain point, and we could of course also get rid of all the text which is down here. Let's zoom out a bit. Let's get rid of all this text. How much text is there left? Okay. Or maybe let's do it like that. And here we have our text. A bit too much text, and we will still of course reduce the size a bit. Like this, and we can change the line height just a little bit. Maybe let's just change this also, and cut it. So like that. I like the way this is currently looking, but I would also like to place a button right here. So just hit U again and draw a nice big button and give it a darker color. Maybe something like that. And I want to place some text in there that says "few more." Let's make it a bit smaller. And here we have our first area. So we have our first widget. And we will just move on with other widgets as well. So we just copy this bottom rectangle, and we can group this up and call it 1 and this 2. So we are now able to just create the second rectangle, draw it below our first rectangle. Like this. And let's change the size to about this. So now we will just select another nice photo of our Beats headphones. This one could fit in here perfectly. Or let's choose a different one. Maybe just this gray one of the Beats Pro. And now let's also, of course, let's change the background color. This time I will just use a nice grayish silver background. But we could also, of course, go with any other background that looks great, because our headphone or our image is just gray. So we could also go with a blue or a green, or basically anything you like. So these are the Beats Pro, so let's go with something more professional right here. I think this blue looks kind of cool, and I will just now copy this text layer, center it up, and I would like to call this, Beats Pro. That's the title of our tile. So basically this is a tile, and we will write down the price tag down below. So this could be used in any shop system or anything. Oops. Let's make this headline bigger, 40 pixels, and I just copy it to write down the price below, sorry about that, below our headline. So maybe let's just write down some random price, make the size of the headline even bigger to about this, and now we are ready to almost create the next tile. We can change the color of the second text layer to a dark blue, so it has some difference right there. And I think it looks already kind of cool. Maybe let's just copy the second one and let's change the color and the photo to get another shopping tile. So let's choose a cool photo. Maybe this red headset. Beats, I'm not sure what kind of beats these are. This is right here, but I think these are just the normal beats. And we will just create a mask right now. So we can, oops. Sorry about that. So yeah, now we have it. So we have the mask and we can move our image, but it's not crossing the border. So that's kind of cool. Let's change the size and make it smaller, so it fits in here perfectly. Like that. And now we have a red headphone, and of course we can just use a nice vibrant red like this. And now we only have to correct the text layer with our price. So this is kind of cool. I like these vibrant colors, these tiles. We never really made some e-commerce tiles or something, so I thought we could just create them right now. So I copy it again to create even more tiles, and we can just drag and drop our headphones as we want to see them. So maybe let's just go with this grayish headphone. And of course, let's just reduce the size. So you see now, as we already have these tiles created, we can just copy and paste everything, and it's really fast and easy workflow. We can also make it stand out a bit like this, or maybe let's make it even bigger. I just call them Beat Studio, but I'm not sure what kind of beats they are. These are also beats in ear, and we can change the price, but I think that's quite okay. So now let's just correct the color. We could make it gray, but of course, as I already said, we can choose any other color that looks great for our design, for our purpose. Just change the font color again of our price tag, and now we are ready to create a last tile which will be placed down here. So for that I would like to copy the first one and I would like to place it just right there. Now we just change the rectangle so it fits in here. Get rid of the current image. And now just look at the height. And there we have it. Okay, I would like to place these headphones right here in our last tile. And we can just create a mask again, of course, with these headphones coming in from the side, like this. Let's change the font size again. And now write the correct title in. And we have some dummy content again. Oops. And now we are just able to place this at a correct position. And of course, let's also place our button somewhere right here. But of course, we will also change the color to a nice, vibrant color that we didn't already use. But maybe we are just going for this one because I also like this color. And of course, we will also change the color of the button. Just make it a little bit darker. And we could now say we want the text to stay next to the image or overlap it somehow. Maybe let's just go like for this one, and let's delete some of it so it looks way better. We can change the size of our button, of course. And now let's just reposition the button. But now you see that we have some space right here, and I would like to have a better grid. So we can go back to our first tile, and we can just set the size and set a mask. So just drag and drop or use your arrows for this headphone. But now the text looks a bit out of space, so just correct it a bit. And of course the button as well, like this. And now we are just able to reposition all the tiles that we created to have a nice grid. Like that. You can now change the size of the artboard as well. And this is our finished tile slash widget slash module overview that you can use in your shopping and e-commerce apps and websites. So I always wanted to create some of these vibrant colored kind of widgets. And I hope you liked this tutorial. And if you liked it, just give me a thumb up or subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you for your time, guys, and enjoy your week. See you!